Oh, you're beautiful, baby, that is what you are. Near or far, girl, I want you in my arms. You're beautiful, and baby, that is what you are. Near or far, girl, I want.
Located just west of beautiful La Jolla's downtown district, resides a marine habitat that is truly stunning. This documentary explores the marine ecology and oceanography of the La Jolla Cove. Methods of this documentary included filming with a GoPro camera and taking viewers directly into the underwater landscape of the La Jolla Cove. The aim of this documentary is to express a deeper, thorough understanding of the cove and to deliver knowledge about the wonders of the stunning landscape to those that seek it. I plan to display the fact that the world is breathtakingly more divergent underwater than above. The La Jolla Cove is a ecological preserve that is protected by state government. This location is the prime spot for witnessing sea life in Southern California without being in an aquarium. Visitors only need to step a few feet into the water to witness the abundance of life. The objective of this assignment is to film the ecology of the La Jolla Cove for a better understanding of the animals and ecosystem of one of the most pristine and unique underwater landscapes in all of California. I also plan to identify and film specific creatures that are unique and featured into the cove. The cove spans 533 acres and is one of California's ecological reserves. The La Jolla Ecological Reserve comprises the waters around the cove, the 7 caves, La Jolla Shores, and the La Jolla Submarine Canyon. Temperatures year-round average 63 degrees, and the reason for this low temperature is because of the La Jolla Submarine Canyon that is just offshore and immediately dips to 600 feet, about 100 yards out. This depth brings in the cold temperature waters from the deep abyss over 1,000 feet down. Signage by the California Department of Fish and Game clearly states that there is no person able to disturb or take any plant, bird, mammal, fish, mollusk, crustacean, reptile, or any form of plant life, marine life, shells, geological formations, or archaeological artifacts from the cove. The La Jolla Cove is like an aquarium, and you could take one step into the blue and be surrounded by zebra perch, senorita, and opal fish, all in the depth of 10 feet. The outcropping of rocks and boulders supports an ecosystem rich with brown, green, and red algae that giant kelp fish have evolved to match in shape, color, and pattern. You could see clearly the abundance of verdant surf grass, which sways to and fro and has a very calming effect. When I was underwater, it almost reminded me of if Mother Nature was real, that would be her hair. The California state marine fish is the flamboyant orange Garibaldi, and it is prevalent in the cove. Also prevalent are anchovies and grunion in the shallow waters of the cove. When you continue into the depths of the cove that reach 30 feet or more, you could see a kelp bed that stretches into the very vast cove. The kelp forest that resides in the deeper water of the La Jolla Cove provides a living habitat for millions of animals from hundreds of species to find food, hide from predators, rest, reproduce, and bear young. If you look at any region of the kelp itself, there is life that thrives. Harbor seals, the occasional giant sea bass, bat rays, schools of anchovies, barracuda, senorita fish hover over or weave through the forest. When I filmed this part, this was in December, and you could see that there's clearly not very many people on the beach, unlike summer, where you are literally bumping into people on the beach and in the water. I had the whole cove to myself, and at this point I'm starting to realize why. Temperatures this day were 58 degrees. And at this point, I knew that it was frigid cold, as you could tell from my breathing. The most prevalent animals in the La Jolla Cove are the Garibaldi fish, leopard sharks, brants, cormorant, which are beautiful black birds that dive in the water and look for food. There are also a lot of pelicans that reside in the area. There are plenty of seals and sea lions that reside both on land and in the sea. La Jolla Cove is a great place to spot dolphins year-round. There are also hammerhead sharks that wander in the deeper depths of the cove, as well as male juvenile great white sharks that have migrated from Guadalupe Island and are now residents of the California coast. Sea turtles, eels, lobster, crabs, squid, octopi also call the La Jolla Cove home. The La Jolla Cove is home to both Pacific harbor seals and California sea lions. Some people get confused between the two. Most obvious difference between the La Jolla seal and sea lions is sea lions have external ear flaps. They are also larger and have stronger flippers that allow them to walk and climb. Seals have smaller webbed front flippers that move around on land by flopping on their stomachs. Sea lions are brown and seals are dark gray, brown, or almost black. This landscape is a great example of wildness to me. This sort of animal spirit that we all feel and can come out in any certain facets of our life. Wildness has a sort of controlled chaos that has a natural equilibrium that humans don't necessarily comprehend, yet they seek it out. This is a perfect example for me, as I try to control many aspects of my life as possible, but when I'm underwater, there's very little I can control in my environment. There's something very calming about being in this water environment, where there is utter chaos and little order, but this is a place of sanctuary for many people, including myself. During the summer, you could see large groups of leopard sharks congregating along the surface zone in depths of 3 to 7 feet. often at the southernmost end of La Jolla Shores Beach and approaching the La Jolla Cove. Studies show that these tend to be nearly all adult females. The leopard shark's diet consists of predominantly squid, clams, octopi, crabs, spiny lobsters, and some small bony fish. For the best viewing of these creatures, you can just snorkel, or you could also look for shovelnose, guitarfish, and bat rays, which often cohabitate with leopard sharks. The sea caves at La Jolla Cove are some of the best in California, and they are formed within fractured sandstones and mudstones. This is the Sunny Jim Cave that was, until 1902, was only accessible by water, but 145 steps were added to allow access to the cave below, and it is truly stunning. I highly recommend it. Well, this essentially concludes my video, and I hope you enjoyed my documentary.